So the Sunday after Southern Nationals, I found myself having model car hangover. I was still in Atlanta and found the biggest hobby store in the country, HobbyTown, located in Kennesaw, Georgia, Atlanta suburb. You know I had to check it out.
That's my next evolution, trains.
Now, HobbyTown had everything: planes, trains, and automobiles. They even had Gundams, but I was here for one thing, and that was the model cars. And when it came to model cars, they had everything. All the new releases you haven't seen in a while, were on the shelf. Wildcats, Dodge Demons, Buick Rivieras, everything. I was in model car heaven. They got the big rigs, that Chevy van with the boat, car hauler. I was a kid in a candy store. Of course, they got more aisles. They go to Airfix kits. Here's all your imports. I've never seen this many Tamiya kits in one location. Look at all those Tamiya kits. This is a side aisle. Look at the size of this store. Puzzles. Any hobby comes to mind. RC. Let me take a swing at the military kits right quick. I was looking for a Humvee. They didn't have a Humvee. I really wish they did. A lot of tanks and military vehicles. A lot of tanks and military vehicles from foreign wars. Now I'm heading over to the paint section. All the big dogs in here. AK, Vallejo, Revell, Tamiya. I think every year when I come to Southern Nationals or any model car show in Atlanta, HobbyTown is definitely going to be my stop. They got their own paint. Thought that was cool. And here's the Revell racks of paint. I was surprised I didn't see that chrome paint. I'm pretty sure they had it, but it just wasn't in stock. I know I'm not the only model builder that showed up at this store after the show. Here's the Tamiya paint section. I did grab a couple bottles of paint over here. This is probably one of the coolest hobby stores I've ever been in. This is not my first HobbyTown, But I'm very impressed with this. Now, it's time to get home.
All right, and we back in the lab. If y'all can't tell, that Atlanta trip, it was everything. Had a little model car hangover, so that's how I ended up in HobbyTown the next day. Incredible trip. I love the city of Atlanta. I have a great time every time I'm there. I think that's the biggest hobby town, or either the biggest hobby store in the country. That's definitely the biggest hobby store I've ever been to. It was so much to cover there. I was running a little bit low on time due to the fact they was about to close pretty soon, and I had a prior engagement I had to get to. But I did have enough time to go in there and grab some great things. And let me show y'all what I got. Finally found a paint mixer. This is by Master Tools. I haven't tried it out yet, but pretty simple. Put it all the way in the bottom. I think it's a couple speeds on here. And mix up that paint. Right on time. Next item. Every time I look for these rims, they're always sold out online. Well, guess what? I found them at HobbyTown. These are Traffic Stars RTS 20-inch rims. I got something very special in mind for those. And look at this big boy Aston Martin at 143 scale. It will definitely be early next year when you see this build, but this is coming on the channel. I'm a big fan of Aston Martins. I actually got a few Aston Martin paints, and I'm going to put one of them on this build right here. This is by Airfix, and this is not the normal kit you would normally see at Hobby Lobby. This is a real deal kit. Still pretty simple to put together, but you still need cement, paint, and this is a full kit. It's got all that in there. And of course I got my own paint and glue, but I can definitely use that brush. I got a beautiful color in mind for this car. Can't wait to build it. And a couple more small items. Y'all saw me messing around in the paint rack. This right here is clear yellow, and this is clear orange. I've been wanting to get my hands on this clear orange, and I saw the clear yellow, so I grabbed both of them. They will come in very handy. Let's get to a few monsters. We'll be having model car hangover, and I just grabbed all those great kits. Now, if I was going to grab something at HobbyTown, it definitely had to be something that was going to be worth my while. Here's the first one. Deja Vu. Y'all seen me build this before on the channel. The AMT 1996 Chevy 3500, the dually. And I did some foreshadowing on a previous video, because when I was at Southern Nationals, remember I grabbed that Cummins diesel engine from mcvproducts.net. But that's what it's going in. It's going in this big bad dually. Perfect engine for a dually, the Cummins diesel. So that's coming next year. I'm going to do it again. Y'all know I built a dually on the channel before, but this was going to be completely different. Next, another favorite of mine, Pontiacs. If you don't know, I'm a big Pontiac fan. My parents, they had two Grand Prix when I was growing up, a red one and a silver one. This is a AMT 62 Pontiac Catalina 3-in-1, stock, drag, or custom. It's a retro deluxe. You know I love those kits, so we're gonna have some fun with this one. Last but not least, you know it was Mopar time. If you haven't figured out yet, 2025 for me will pretty much be dedicated to building Mopars, because Southern Nationals in October of 2025 is going to be 100 years of Mopar. So I'm going to be trying to knock it out the park every time I pull out a Mopar build. This is an MPC kit, 1968 Dodge Coronet. And as you can see, it's a Scat Pack. This is an OG Scat Pack right here, RT. It also comes with a 20-piece haul-away trailer. It's loaded. Got a 440 Magnum in there with the stacks. Firestone drag slicks. roll bar. Now, if these are the only mirrors that come in there, I'm going to have to upgrade those. Most definitely. Custom buckets. And a nice set of red line tires. Stock with your jack. So even though I didn't grab a whole lot at HobbyTown, I really love the experience and everything I grabbed. I am very satisfied with it. I hope you enjoyed this nice little episode of Model Cars and Coffee when I was in HobbyTown in Kennesaw, Georgia, a suburb of Atlanta, the ATL. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get to building.